Hi everyone, welcome on board to helper.tv, where you get the reliable news that is tailored for you, and of course where you can actually comment and interact.
The General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, has advised federal government, Buhari, on the restructuring of the country. Pastor Enoch Adeboye stated that restructuring of the country must be done as soon as possible to forestall a breakup of the various social ethnic components that make up Nigeria. Adeboye has advised federal government to adopt a merger of the British and American system of government to give Nigeria a lasting solution to secession agitations and its economic challenges by restructuring the country. The former lecturer of the Department of Mathematics of the University of Lagos said, "Why can't we have a system of government that is 100% Nigerian, unique to us? For example, we started on with the British system of government. Somewhere along the line, we moved over to the American system of government. Can't we have a combination of both and see whether it could help us solve our problems?" Because in mathematics, if you want to solve a problem, you try what we call real analysis. Then if it doesn't work, then you move on to complex analysis and see whether that will help you. If that fails, you move on to vector analysis and so on. I believe that we might want to look at the problems of Nigeria in a slightly different manner. Some people feel that all our problems will be over if Nigeria should break up. I think that is trying to solve the problems of Nigeria as if it is a simple equation. The problems of Nigeria will require quite a bit of simultaneous equation, and some of them are not going to be linear either. Forgive me, I'm talking as a mathematician. Why can't we have a system of government that will create what I will call the United States of Nigeria? Let me explain. We all know that we must restructure. It is either we restructure or we break. You don't have to be a prophet to know that one. That is certain, restructure or we break up. Now, we don't want to break up, God forbid. In the restructuring, why don't we have a Nigerian kind of democracy at a federal level? Why don't we have a president and a prime minister? If we have a president and a prime minister, we can then talk about sharing of responsibilities between these two so that one is not an appendage to the other. For example, if the president controls the military, the army, the prime minister controls the police. If the president controls resources like oil and mining, the prime minister controls finance and inland revenue, taxes, customs, and etc. You just divide responsibilities between the two. At the state level, you have the governor and the premier. And the same way, you distribute responsibilities between these people in such a manner that one cannot really go without the other. Maybe we might begin to tackle the problems. Adeboye noted that the place of traditional rulers must be recognized and restored in governance. He further stated that if we are going to adopt the model, then we need to urgently restore the House of Chiefs. I have a feeling that one of our major problems is that we have pushed the traditional rulers to the background, and I believe that is a great error, particularly for a great country like Nigeria. I find it very ridiculous that one will ask a traditional ruler to inform the chairman of his local government before he travels. Go to any town in Nigeria, everybody in the town knows the paramount ruler in the town and respect him, but many of them don't even know the name of the chairman of their local government. The traditional rulers are actual landlords. They control the respect of their people. The people will listen to them much more, I'm sorry to say, than they will listen to some politicians. Without any doubt, we must restructure and do it as soon as possible. A United States of Nigeria is likely to survive than our present structure. That is what he concluded with. Well, I don't know what your opinion is as regards this. He sounded very, very educated. Of course, he is. And being someone who has tackled complexities, complex situations, I'm talking about mathematics, he kind of linked that to the present problems that we have as equations and solutions and formulas. And seriously, the approach to Nigeria is not linear, it is simultaneous, although some people are talking of total disintegration, applying the formula of disintegration, where each region can become a nation for themselves. If they decide to break into 2 or 3, that is left for them, as long as they know that they will be able to survive and they will not become a menace to the neighboring countries, or they will not be an orphan to the neighboring country. Then they can go ahead to do what they want. But as regards the issue of restructuring, I do not know which angle they want to restructure Nigeria as. Even having the premier and all of this will not totally eliminate the challenges that we have. We are talking about lack of transparency, lackadaisical attitude, nepotism, and all of this. If someone, let's say they kind of put in a rotational way, let's say the president has a deputy or prime, let's say the president has vice, like how it is. Don't you think that it's more or less like what we have, over bloating, where you have a president and this president, you have a premier, and both of them earn so much money. We have to look at these things. It's not just about having a separate devolution of power and all of those things. That's not just a solution. As the people that are in charge are the problems themselves. These are people who will not in any way reduce the amount of salary that they take home. It's more or less like the resources in the nation, everything that comes out of it, and whatever tax, everything goes into the pocket of the executive, goes into the pocket of the legislators. That's how this show is. And because they are in charge of certain ministries and positions, they end up looting the bigger one. And when an administration comes in, a new administration comes in to probe them, to get back what they've stolen, you see them running down to the United Kingdom, America, and that's how they do. So I think this suggestion that has been given by the pastor, Rccg, General Overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, Pastor Enoch Adeboye, it sounds very, very nice. But I think people have gone past that level. They are not interested in this, having a president, having a prime minister. It doesn't change. It doesn't stop corruption. And that's a problem. That's a major. And I don't know if you think that breaking apart is going to stop and solve the corruption. No, it's not. And like I just said, breaking away is simply a step towards the progress. The major work has to be done from inside. Because at the end of the day, you are breaking the bigger cancer into the smaller one. What gives you that belief that those people, that confidence that the criminals that have been part of the bigger cancer will not be part of the smaller one? What gives you that confidence? How do you know? Definitely you know they are going to be part of the smaller ones, and they are going to continue to replicate in a smaller version. They are going to play political talks. They are going to continue in the same thing. It's the same thing. So how do we solve all of this? By reinventing ourselves and the will to do the right thing. That's the point that I'm kind of focused on, and the aspect of having a premier, having prime minister, having governors, having presidents. And I also believe that the Senate should be crushed totally. And if they're even going to do that, it's going to be a lot of big work, as we do not need any federal representative as per Senate. We don't need any of that. This is just over bloating. That's my own take. So if they can cut down, it will be very helpful as a step towards breakup, because eventually Nigeria must break up. You cannot have North having Sharia that everyone has to follow, obey, and practice, and you expect the South to have a different one. So these things are things that there is no way the North is not going to agree. Religious differences and a lot of things. So the best thing is, even if they want to restructure, let them restructure to break. Probably they want to do it gradually, so as not to bring about certain ripple effects. It's all right. They can begin the restructuring towards break up, so that everyone can have his or her own space.
I say a very big thank you to those who have taken time to subscribe to this channel. And if you're yet to subscribe, kindly tap on that subscription button and also the red bell icon, so you will be notified whenever videos such as this are uploaded.